Hello, hello. We are live. My name is Frank Kramer. I'm the founder of Eat Like a Vegan Chef. Today's topic is the 3 secrets that lead to weight loss. Before I get there, I'd like to tell you a little story that's very dear to my heart. My mom was obese all her life, and if I know what I know now, I could have helped her. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I try to help as many people as possible to lose weight um, through a whole food, plant-based diet, and that's my calling. So, in the meanwhile, why anyone who is there, why don't you put your name in the comments and where you're from, so I know you're there. Um, Hi, Claudine. How are you? Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Um, so I have 3 topics today, which I believe make up the so-called secret to weight loss. And again, before I start, for everyone who just joined, please put your name in and where you're from, um, so we all know you're there. Thank you. Okay, so the number one topic uh, that I think is very important in this equation is your mindset. Your mindset is, as it is in any undertaking you do, I believe the most important fact in succeeding. So uh, I have been talking to so many people who wanted to lose weight, and that's including my family, my mom, my friends, colleagues, and I always hear uh, if I if I could lose the weight, if I could do it, um, then I would be happy. But you hear what everyone is saying. If I could, if I could, we basically programming our unconscious mind with if I could, yes, I would do it. But could means no, we will never get there. So we need to change how we speak to ourselves. We need to change the way we think about ourselves. For instance, um, how often I hear people talking to themselves and say, I can never lose weight. I'm too fat, and I cannot do that. So just imagine someone else is coming to you and will tell you you are so fat or you will never lose the weight. Imagine how you feel. Imagine how that make you feel if someone talks to you like that. That is that hurts. So, but you're doing it to yourself. So many people say, "Oh, I will never lose the weight. I cannot do that. Or I cannot let go of meat." So be it. If you say it, so be it. It's your unconscious mind what is really there to support you if you say it right. Okay, so stay positive when you're trying to lose weight. That's to me that's a very very important fact. Your why equally important. You might suffer from medical conditions like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart disease, whatever it is. Um, I think that's the number one reason to change your diet. Obviously, before you do that, you have to speak to your doctor. Um, I'm not here to give you advice um, how to how to uh, change your lifestyle in a way that you will lose the weight. You always need to or always should consult your physician before you change your diet, especially if you take medications. But simply the food that I recommend to eat um, can do just that. Um, your why basically there are many other factors. Some people want to lose weight because they wanted to run a they would like to run a marathon. So that's another example. So your why is very important too. Keep this in the back of your head. For instance, everyone has foods that they love, like ice cream. I used to like ice cream all the time. I still like it, but if you eat, let's say, a half a pound or a pint of ice cream every night, at one point you want either, obviously you want to remove it from your refrigerator, but if you can't, you want to associate this with pain. It sounds funny, but if you associate some kind of bad feeling with eating the ice cream, at one point you will tell yourself, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. So, okay, just wanted to say hello. Who came? Joel. Hi, how are you? Hi, Janice. Hi, Mary. Hi, Laura. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Okay. The next topic, or the next secret, so-called secret, it's not a secret. Everyone knows it. It's an active lifestyle. It's for some people, it's easier. For some people, it's harder. But for instance, if you sit down every day in your office, it's hard for you to exercise. So for you, it would be beneficial to get up every hour, on the hour, or whatever, and just move around for 1 minute and sit down. That does the trick. That will get your blood circulating. Very, very important. People think it doesn't do anything to you, but if you sit down every day, you will have a hard time losing your weight. On top of that, if you don't exercise and you sit all day, you're doing yourself a disfavor, because you get the nutrition or the food you eat will not properly be absorbed. That's because your colon or your guts, they're moving all day. They're moving the food down. And if you sit all day and you don't exercise, then your food will sit in your gut, and your body has a hard time pushing it down because you just don't move. And if you don't move it, the nutrients will not be absorbed the way if you would exercise. That's just how it is. You get better nutrients if you exercise, because you get your body into moving. So that's about the active lifestyle. 30 minutes a day of walking will do it. That's it. You don't have to do more, and you will lose weight for sure. Going to the gym, burning up a few more calories, even better. Again, here, associate positive thoughts with your gym. And if you think you should be better sitting on a couch and watching TV, associate that with pain. Just compare that. When you everyone has some kind of activity they don't like. For instance, at work, there are certain things you don't like. In order to change that is to associate good feelings to that, because you have to do it anyway. So that's the key here, in my opinion. And it's the same with the gym. So why not imagine, oh, hey, if I go to the gym, I'm going to be slim and trim in 3 months. So you're going to continue to do that. So that's another secret. The number 3, and I believe most important, is the food you eat. And that's, in one word, it's whole food, plant-based, or let's say 4 words. That's the key of losing weight. It gets a little further. I'm going to get to that, to the formula. But just to give you an example, the World Cancer Research Fund did a study that people who eat foods that have less than 600 calories, meaning all foods, I'm talking about plant-based foods here, all these foods which have less than 600 calories, I'm not talking about the portion size, just foods that have less than 600 calories, and you will lose weight. It doesn't matter how much you eat of these foods, you will lose weight. So it's proven. It's there. It's no longer a secret. I picked it up, and it's there. It's a fact, and I know it's difficult to grasp that, to put a dish to it, but it's easier done than you think, because we just have to start. For instance, I will have a little dish later on, which I show you, a little cooking. It's not a cooking presentation, but I'm going to show you a salad, which you can eat either for breakfast or for dinner or for lunch. Very, very simple, delicious. And from there you can add on. So the sky's the limit what you can add to your foods. Just to give you an example, apples have 200 calories. Spinach has 100 calories. Sweet potatoes have 400 calories. Avocados have 740, so we have to be careful of those. When I go shopping, or let's say my entire day of foods should look like that. I should be eating 3 parts of fruits and vegetables, 2 parts of green leafy vegetables, and 1 part of starches. That's sort of my my formula. Because the reason is why, when you have, let's say, a half a pound of potato, that's maybe 2 pieces, but you have half a pound of spinach, that is a lot. That's a lot of spinach. So important is, I think, that you should eat at least 1.5 to 2 pounds of vegetables per day, at least. Sometimes I eat up to 3, or maybe sometimes even 4. But I'm not saying you have to eat so many vegetables now. It's just you start small and you work your way up, especially if you have always eaten meat. So you want to transition to a plant-based diet first, and you work your way up, eating more and more vegetables. The key in losing weight is having your first meal without starches. And I learned that from Chef AJ. She's a great chef. She's always online. She has 2 books written. One is Process, and one is the Secret to Ultimate Weight Loss. She's excellent. So basically, when you start your day, you want to eat vegetables. And I know it sounds very strange, but eating your vegetables in the morning will set you up for success. Meaning, for instance, if you're a peanut butter and jam lover, like me, it's hard to move to vegetables. But once you do that, you're going to love your veggies. And once whatever you eat first, that food you will crave for the entire day. So if you eat something sweet or starchy, meaning like a peanut butter jelly bread in the morning, you will crave sweets for the rest of your day, and that sets you up for failure. So why not eating something what you don't really like, or what you would never eat? So eat a bowl of lettuce or salad or sauteed vegetables without oil, and eat that for breakfast, and you will see you feel better. And then as soon as you get hungry, you eat your starches, you eat your sweet potatoes or whatever it is. The key here is, if you lose too much weight, you increase the starches. If you don't lose weight, you want to make sure that you do not eat avocados, as I said, seeds, like nuts, even though they're healthy. But in the beginning, if you want to lose weight, you don't want to include this into your diet. That is so. And then you go into your lunch. Once you go to your lunch, you have it all. You have at least a third portion of your food is starchy vegetables and legumes. Green leafy vegetables, 1/3, and 1/3 of regular vegetables. That's the key. And in the night, you want to have, again, a bowl of vegetables without starches. Should you be hungry, you can always eat more. If you think you don't get enough protein, well, then you have to increase your starches, your legumes, and your starchy vegetables, because they're full of protein. Okay, so let's see if anyone has any questions, please feel free to put them in the comment box. Hi, Laura from Las Vegas. Wow, hi, Jeannie from Vermont. And hi, Fred from Maryland. Okay, hi, Frank. My problem is I love carbs. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Claudine. That's beautiful. Excuse me, let me just... Sorry about that. Carbs is what this diet is based on. If so, when I tell my clients to eat a diet, then I will tell them to log their food, and the food has been logged in a nutritional calculator. And by the end of the night, you will see if you had enough proteins, carbs, and fats. Even if you don't eat too many potatoes and legumes, you will see your entire diet consists of probably 80% of carbs, and you will still lose weight. And that's where the study came in from the American Cancer Research. If you eat these foods which have less than 600 calories, you will lose weight, because these foods don't stay in your system too long. Since you don't eat fats, you don't cook with oil, you don't eat any fats, you don't eat any animal foods, you will, as I mentioned before, when you eat fats, they will enter your bloodstream first, and your cells will absorb them first, and then your glucose from your carbohydrates, they will come second, but they cannot enter the cells anymore because the fat is blocking the entrance. That's when the insulin comes in and says, okay, hey, insulin lets you in. But if you eat fat, even the insulin cannot have access to the cells, and that's the problem here. I have said that in my last live stream. The insulin acts as a key for the sugar to get into the cells, so we can burn the carbs which we just add. That's why we don't add fat to our diet, because there's enough fat in vegetables. If you put in all your foods, if you chuck your food in a nutritional calculator, you will see there's plenty of fats in your diet, in plant-based options. So you don't have to worry about that. Second, but the other day I saw a great article, and it said that the average person eats about 2 pounds of meat, dairy, and eggs per day. 2 pounds. And then 1.5 pounds of fruits and veggies, 1/2 pound of bread, and 1/2 pound of oils, sugars, and salt. If you reverse that and you make it 3 pounds of fruits and vegetables and 1 pound of legumes, that's it. That's the key. We just have to reverse it, and that's how you lose weight. And that is, to me, that is the secret, and you will feel better than ever before. I can only tell you, when I started my plant-based transition, I run so much faster. I everything was better. I lost 20 pounds, and I'm not a guy who needs to lose much weight, but I lost 20 pounds. So it's all possible. Let's see if we have some other questions here. Whew. Okay, Laura, I have oatmeal for breakfast almost every day. I shouldn't be doing this. Well, if you want to lose weight, you probably don't want to have oats in the morning. Oats actually, it's considered a whole food, yes, but it's not a complete intact whole grain. If you eat intact whole grains, that's fine. But oats are not intact because they have been pressed, cut, or rolled. So, and oats have been proven to increase your blood sugar slightly, not a lot, but slightly. So I think you should. You know, if you want to lose weight, don't eat the oatmeal in the morning. Have a bowl of vegetables, and you will see you will lose weight. Jeannie, I lost 70 pounds in 2008. I kept it off all these years. All these years. There we are. But my vegan diet hasn't allowed me to lose anymore. I'm only 5 feet tall, but I weigh 170. So I need to lose more, but nothing happens. I ride bike 12 miles 3 times per week and walk 3 miles 4 times per week. Okay. So again, Jeannie, try to start your day with veggies and try to avoid any kind of processed foods. Don't try to buy these soy or wheat sausages. Don't, because here's the thing, the key in losing weight is eating foods that are less they have less calories, or the calorie density of food. That is so important. If you can stay below 600 calories of these foods, I'm not talking about per portion, I'm talking about the foods you eat, then you will lose weight. So start your day off with a bowl of vegetables. Doesn't matter what kind of vegetables, except starchy vegetables. Don't have them in the morning. No potatoes, no beans, unless you think you don't get enough protein or you have a very active day, then add a few beans to it so you get some protein to it. But other than that, I would make it a big plate of sauteed vegetables, spinach, mushrooms, peppers, onions, garlic, asparagus, beans, not beans, I mean green beans. That is fine. And then 2 or 3 hours later, once you get hungry, then you eat your big plate of starches, vegetables, and green leafy vegetables. Towards the night, as I mentioned before, don't have your meal 3 hours before you go to sleep, and don't have starches. I'm almost certain you will lose your weight. Again, don't include oil in your diet, and don't include processed foods. That's the key. Okay, so I really would be interesting how you're going to fare in the next few weeks if you start that. I'm really interested in that. Okay, I don't buy processed foods. Okay, great, excellent, Jeannie. Well, again, try to go ahead and eat your veggies in the morning, or a salad. Actually, right after this presentation, I'm going to show you my salad, what I even eat for breakfast. And it's delicious, it's satisfying, and you can eat it for breakfast, for lunch, or for dinner. But again, for lunch, it's not substantial. Then you have to add beans or mashed potatoes or whatever you like to add to it. But it's a great meal to start the day. Okay, that is basically what I had to say today. I think I have covered my 3 little secrets. They're not secrets, they're out there. Everyone knows them. but no one is using them, and they work. They do work. So I hope you will try it and you let me know how you fare with this. And okay, let's see. I don't use oil, but I always start with fruit every morning. Okay, so I try veggies. Okay, usually fruits and vegetables. What kind of fruits are you eating, Jeannie? Are you eating bananas? Maybe you want to try to stay with lower calorie density foods. So with dry oranges, watermelon, and fruits that don't have too many calories, like bananas. Maybe that makes a difference. Okay. Good. So again, I don't know if all of you know that that we have a Facebook group, also called Eat Like a Vegan Chef. I invite you to come in. It's a group where where we all talk about what we eat and to improve our lifestyle through food. I hope you will join us. Okay, so I will go over to my little presentation. Give me 1 second. I will set it up. Unfortunately, I don't have a cameraman here. Give me 1 second. So plate. Okay, I do have watermelon. I found some great watermelon this morning in the supermarket. I said, I gotta get this. They're refreshing. Mangoes are very refreshing, although they have quite a few calories. Okay. Then I have romaine lettuce, and I do have some arugula and spinach mixed in here. I hope you can see it all. Yeah, okay. Okay, this is just a small portion. I'm just making it so you can see what it is all about. Some peppers. And some red cabbage. Red cabbage has the highest amount of antioxidants of any vegetable. So it's really, really great. It's healthy. Some broccoli sprouts, which are also very, very great in antioxidants. And I finish it with a little bit of lemon juice. I sprinkle it over here. And if you want it, you could add a little bit of aged balsamic vinegar, and just sprinkle it a little bit on top, and that's it. So that is my little salad, and this is what I eat for breakfast sometimes. It's very, very light, and of course the portion is much, much bigger what I eat for breakfast, but it's satisfying. And, okay. So I hope you like this presentation, and please feel free to press the like button and follow me on YouTube and Facebook. And I hope I'll see you next week in next week's live stream every week at 1 p.m. And anyone has any more questions, then please put them in a comment box. Otherwise, I will finish up. And I really, really thank you for coming and joining me today. And I hope you stay well and safe. Thank you. Thank you, Martin. I'm sorry. Thank you, Justin. Jeannie says, my dressing is usually 3 teaspoons champagne vinegar, 2 teaspoons mustard, 1 maple syrup. Ah, the maple syrup. Here we go. Okay. I would not eat the maple syrup because that is pure sugar. So I would totally eliminate sugar from your diet. Totally. To eliminate sugar, if you can, salt, and well, all you did already, but nuts. Okay, so those 3 things you should take out. In order to make your salad sweet, you can put some dates or something like that. Just a few, not too much, just a few. That's my tip on it. I like your dressing. It's very simple. It's great. But if you want to lose weight, you want to make sure you avoid any kind of sweets, any kind of calories that prevent you from losing weight. Okay, so just keep in mind whole food. Anything, eat everything what's whole. Maple syrup is not whole. It's a process. I know it's made from syrup, and I use it too. But if you want to lose weight, you just have to bite the bullet and let it go. That's my tip. Okay, great. Thank you so much again. Let me see if I missed anything here. Okay, yes, that's it. And thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.